Good morning. I am Coimbatore Tirumular Siddharpeedam Sivayogi Sivarajan speaking. Now I am going to speak about journalism in Tamilnadu. Journalism is also very important. The largest democracy in the world, India. The democracy has pillars. First pillar is parliament. Parliament is the law-making body, and it is a supreme authority in India. Next, another pillar of democracy is judiciary. Judiciary should be independent, and the Supreme Court judge has equal power, just like the President of India. The Election Commission chief is also having power, highest power like the Supreme Court judge also. The time of election he has maximum power. Then the third pillar of democracy is journalism. Journalism is the watchdog for this as government as well as political parties and all these things. It has many responsibilities in protecting the people as well as democracy. The journalism is playing a major role. The freedom of expression should not be stifled. Either the parliament or the judiciary should not suppress journalism. Journalism should be allowed a free play. Then only democracy will be a success. But sometimes there is a clash of this law-making body and Supreme Court as well as the journalism. Actually, the law-making body is parliament as well as in the state level legislative assembly. But the court is actually implementing authority of the rules and regulations. And it cannot make pass orders, not laws. It has a duty to protect the laws. But the journalism is watching all these things. The voice of the journalist should not be stifled. The clash of this parliament and this judiciary and all this the may not be good for the health of the democracy. Now in Tamil Nadu, some journalists are going. Somebody are hiring the journalists for their favor. Political parties are hiring journalists in their favor. The journalists should keep this independence. They have a responsibility to preserve their accountability to public. We watch now one this person Karthik Pillai. He is not fit for being a journalist. He is blabbering something irresponsible thing, no accountability. In his interview, he says he is having no accountability. Then he should not be a journalist. For a journalist, he should be accountable to people and sincere to his profession. He is releasing lies and nobody is taking action against him. It seems that some ruling persons are favorable to him. So, there is regarding this Karthik Pillai is not fit for a good journalism. He should get away from the mass media or correct himself. This is good for Tamil people. And now one person is Sauk Sankar is being jailed for his criticism of journalism, that is judiciary. Criticism of judiciary has been done by H. Raja as well as Jayalalitha also did that. But this he has been put to jail in an urgent manner. He should have been given sufficient time to clarify his stand. If he has any evidence against this bribery of judges, he should be given time. But without giving time, he was put to this jail. That means a clash between judiciary and journalism. Judiciary is also a pillar of democracy. Journalism is also a pillar of democracy. So damaging the pillar of democracy, journalism is not also a healthy act for democracy. Is not given a proper opportunity to explain against this. Some justice, one justice, Dinagaran also, he was caught and he got for disproportionate wealth. Some charges are there and the judge also. So judges cannot be God. So he is also a citizen of India. And he should also keep some proportionate these for proprieties for maintaining law and order. So even judges are there and the courts are there to preserve, maintain law and order, but they should also not take law and order into their hands. Though they should not think they are having special rights to handle these law and order problems and this our constitution. So the class of journalism and judiciary and some the ruling party, lawmaking bodies and the politicians actually will confuse people and diffuse these democracies. So the even journalists should take care to maintain the propriety of journalism. And the class of judiciary with journalism is also not a good thing. So in the Tamilnadu, they are not maintaining this proportion. The journalists are, we have to doubt the journalists whether they are acting on their own or somebody is prompting to act for their favor. In Kallapurchi case also a controversy is there. Whether some journalists were hired by the school administration or by the politicians. So such a doubt should not rise in people. The journalists should keep certain norms and they should not violate these norms. Just like the example is Karthi Pillai. And the class of judiciary and journalism example is Sauthu Sangha. They should maintain certain norms so that people should respect all these things, judiciary and this law-making body as well as journalism. People also have the right to protect journalism, and the politicians and other persons stifling the voice of journalists also is not a good thing. And the protection of journalism and the protection of journalists is good for India. But nowadays some discrepancy comes, problems arise between journalists and judiciary, and journalists are being hired, doubted, they are hired by politicians or private agencies to turn the attention of people from certain issues, and they are hiring these public speakers also for their benefit, for diversion technique from main issues. That is also not good. So people should support real journalists. People should protect the journalists from the political and judicial interference. And also some journalists like Karthi Pillai should correct themselves and should not deteriorate journalism and throw the journalism into dogs. So I am also a journalist. I learned journalism and mass communication from Madurai Kamaraj University, and I have been giving lecture on all India radios. I have been writing in many magazines. I have published many books, and also I know the norms and norms for journalists' responsibilities. So nowadays, they are flouting their norms and responsibilities, and even government and judiciaries should take care not to damage the pillar called journalism. Thank you.